Welcome back to Women of Worth, the podcast that empowers you to prioritize your health, happiness, and personal growth. Today, we're diving into one of the most essential, yet often overlooked aspects of your well-being: sleep. Let me ask you this. Are you getting enough quality sleep to truly fuel your health and productivity? If the answer is no, or if you're not sure, you're not alone. From hormonal changes to societal pressures, women face unique challenges that can disrupt sleep and leave us feeling drained and overwhelmed. But here's the good news. With the right knowledge and strategies, you can take control of your sleep and transform your life. In today's episode, we'll uncover why sleep is so crucial for women, explore the connection between rest, health, and productivity, and share actionable tips to help you reclaim your energy and focus. Plus, we'll dive into real-life stories of women who've overcome sleep struggles and found balance. So, grab your favorite blanket, find a comfy spot, and join us as we unravel the secrets to better sleep. And before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. And we'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your biggest sleep challenge right now? Let's start the conversation. All right, let's dive in and discover how prioritizing sleep can unlock your full potential.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something super important today, and I think particularly for women. We're going to be looking at how sleep affects not just, how tired you are, but really your mental health, your physical well-being, and even how well you do at work.
Absolutely.
And the sources we've got today are really fascinating because there's some incredible connections there. And especially when you think about all of the unique things that women go through when it comes to trying to actually get a good night's sleep.
Absolutely.
So things like changes in hormones,
Yeah.
or even societal pressures, and then these big life changes like pregnancy or menopause.
Huge impacts on sleep.
Huge impacts. And we'll talk about all that today and hopefully give you some stuff that you can actually use
Yes.
to actually, improve your sleep.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we kind of always do is we treat sleep like it's a luxury.
Yeah.
But it really is like the foundation
Of everything. Like if you were building a house on shaky ground, that's kind of what it's like for our bodies when we don't get enough sleep.
Right. And we'll look at how that actually can lead to a whole bunch of other problems too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just, like you said, just about feeling tired.
Right. Yeah. And I think one of the things that we'll dive into is like how hormones play a role in sleep, especially for women. Women go through so many changes in their life and so many hormonal fluctuations.
Right.
And these directly impact their sleep quality.
It's like we're going on these wild journeys and sleep's just got to come along.
Absolutely.
Like during menopause.
Yeah.
Sources talk about estrogen levels going down.
Yeah.
That leads to night sweats, insomnia, all those fun things.
Right. Well, and that's because estrogen plays a big role in like regulating your body temperature. So when estrogen declines during menopause, it can totally mess with like your body's thermostat.
Yeah. That's why you get those night sweats that totally disrupt your sleep. And then on top of that, estrogen also has a big impact on the production of serotonin and melatonin, which those are like the key things that help us regulate our sleep.
Okay.
So when that estrogen drops, it throws off the balance of everything and it makes it way harder to fall asleep and then stay asleep.
Like a domino effect almost.
It is.
One of the sources even talked about Lisa, who's this like corporate leader.
Yeah.
And she was always getting sick. Always getting colds until she actually made it a priority to sleep enough.
Yeah.
And then they said, like, the colds vanished.
It's amazing. And that's because sleep is so closely tied to your immune system.
Really?
Yeah. So when you don't get enough sleep, your body makes less of those like protective immune cells that fight off infections.
Okay.
So getting enough sleep is like you're giving your immune system everything it needs to stay strong and healthy. Like it's not just about feeling good. It's about like truly staying healthy. Totally.
And then there's another part to this.
Yeah.
We have to talk about sleep and mental well-being.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think this is so important for women too.
Absolutely. And the Journal of Psychiatric Research actually published a study showing that women who constantly skimp on sleep are way more vulnerable to mental health challenges.
Oh, wow.
So things like anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
And it turns out that, those hormonal changes we were just talking about, they can really impact our mood and how we regulate our emotions. And then you add sleep deprivation on top of that, and it makes everything so much worse.
It's like it amplifies it.
Exactly.
Times it by 10.
Totally. And, it's not just about feeling a little bit down.
All right.
Chronic sleep deprivation, that can have a serious impact on our, mental health and how resilient we are emotionally.
Yeah, and I know a lot of women listening are probably thinking, well, I've got work, I've got family, there's no time for sleep.
Yeah.
But there's this fascinating point that the Harvard Business Review made.
Okay.
They said that employees who get enough sleep are actually 20% more productive.
It's crazy, right? You think you got to work more hours to get more done.
Right.
But in reality, if you're well rested, your brain is sharper, you can focus better, you get things done.
You're more efficient.
Way more efficient.
It's like a secret weapon.
It is.
They even told the story of Sarah.
Okay.
She's a working mom, entrepreneur, doing everything.
Oh, wow.
And just by changing when she slept and actually getting enough, she saw this huge improvement in how she was running her business.
That's awesome.
It's like sleep gave her superpowers.
Seriously. And it's a great reminder that it's not selfish to prioritize sleep. It's an investment in yourself, in your success.
Yeah.
And it's not just about getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Sleep's also really, really important for our creativity.
Okay, this is the part that always blows my mind. Like dreams.
Yes.
During REM sleep. What is that about?
Right. So those dreams, they aren't just random, images floating around.
Yeah.
It's a sign our brains are hard at work.
Okay.
Making connections, remembering things, even sparking new ideas.
Wow.
So during REM sleep, your brain's super active, processing everything from the day.
Okay.
It's like your subconscious is like, I'm going to solve this problem.
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
So those moments when you wake up and you're like, aha.
Yes.
That's my brain on REM sleep.
That is your brain being creative.
That's amazing.
If you want to be more innovative and have all these new ideas, you got to get that deep sleep.
Okay.
That dream-filled sleep.
So we've talked about how sleep is super important for our physical health, our mental health, how well we do at work, even our creativity.
Right.
But we got to talk about some of the specific challenges that women face when it comes to sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We've mentioned hormones already.
Yeah. And while insomnia is a big one, especially during your period or menopause.
Right.
Women also face a bunch of other unique challenges when it comes to sleep.
Like what kinds of things?
So there's things like restless leg syndrome can get really bad during pregnancy.
Yeah.
And there's obstructive sleep apnea, which is often missed in women because their symptoms can be different from men's.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's important to remember that sleep disorders can look different in women. And a lot of times the symptoms are kind of just dismissed or blamed on something else.
Oh, wow.
So if you're dealing with sleep problems, it's so important to talk to your doctor and really advocate for yourself. And then on top of all that, we can't forget about all the pressure society puts on women.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot to juggle: careers, families, personal lives. It's no wonder that sleep gets put on the back burner.
Right.
One of the sources told the story about Rachel, who is a caregiver, and she was always putting everyone else first.
Yeah.
Before her own sleep. And she ended up burning herself out because she never made time for rest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And her story shows how important it is to really see sleep as a basic need.
Yeah.
Not something we skip when we're busy.
Yeah.
And it's a great reminder that self-care, including sleep, isn't selfish. It's crucial to our well-being.
It's like this constant battle, right?
It is.
Between what we need to do and what our bodies actually want.
Totally.
I know I've definitely stayed up late just to get things done more times than I can count.
It's a common struggle, and I think it shows that we need a bigger shift in society in how we view sleep. We need to stop thinking that being busy means you're successful and start really valuing rest and work-life balance.
Yeah. Yeah, those are essential parts of a healthy life.
Absolutely.
And the sources actually had this really inspiring story about Hannah, who was a student, and her grades actually got way better after she decided to actually sleep enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that shows just how much Even little changes in our sleep habits
Yeah.
can impact our whole lives.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a reminder that making sleep a priority is an investment in our present and our future.
Mm-hmm.
It helps us be our best selves, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah. And so now that we've gone through all of this, we've talked about how important sleep is, the challenges women face.
Yeah.
The big question is, what can we actually do?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered why sleep is so important, especially for women.
Yeah.
Now I think we need to get into how we can actually get better sleep, especially when it feels like, everything's fighting against us.
Right.
The hormones, our crazy busy schedules, all the stress.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So what can we do?
Well, the good news is that even small changes can make a big difference.
Okay.
And one of the most important things is understanding how sleep actually works.
Okay.
It's more than just closing your eyes.
Right.
There's a whole process happening in our bodies.
Yeah, I've heard about these different stages of sleep. Honestly, I don't really get it.
Yeah, it can be confusing.
So can you break it down? Like, why are these stages so important?
Sure. Think of it like a journey your brain takes every night.
Okay.
First, you drift into light sleep. That's kind of the transition phase.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into deep sleep. This is when your body really repairs itself.
Okay.
Cells regenerate, muscles repair, immune system gets a boost.
So deep sleep is like my spa treatment.
Exactly. And then comes REM sleep. That's when you have those crazy dreams. This stage is super important for memory, learning, and like we talked about before, creativity.
It's like my brain's working overtime while I'm sleeping.
Exactly. But when we don't get enough of these stages, that's when problems start.
What kind of problems?
Well, when we're sleep deprived, our bodies make more cortisol, the stress hormone.
Uh-oh.
That makes us feel more anxious, irritable, and it also messes with our thinking.
So we can't focus.
Right. It's harder to make decisions.
It's like a vicious cycle then. No sleep, more stress, even harder to sleep.
Exactly. And for women, those hormone fluctuations can make it even worse. But there is good news.
Okay, good.
We can get back in control of our sleep.
How? Tell me everything.
First, try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day.
Even on weekends?
Ideally, yes. Consistency is key.
Okay, what about those nights when I just can't get to bed on time?
Even then, try to wake up at your usual time.
Okay.
It helps keep your sleep cycle on track.
Okay, that makes sense. So, routine is important.
Very important. And so is where you sleep.
You mean like my bedroom?
Yeah, your bedroom should be like a sleep sanctuary.
Okay.
Dark, cool, and quiet.
I can do that.
Dim the lights in the evening, keep the temperature cool, and minimize any noise.
Got it.
You want your bedroom to feel like a cozy, inviting space that tells your body it's time to relax.
I like that. Turning my bedroom into a sleep haven.
Exactly. And speaking of minimizing distractions, let's talk about screens.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
That blue light from phones, tablets, computers, it messes with our melatonin production.
Melatonin, that's the sleep hormone, right?
Right. So late night scrolling is actually making it harder to sleep.
So no more checking emails in bed.
Ideally, ditch the screens an hour or two before bed.
Okay.
If you have to use your phone, try blue light blocking glasses or night mode.
Got it. Screens off before bed. What else can I do to wind down?
Do things that relax your mind and body.
Okay.
Read a book, take a warm bath, some gentle stretching, maybe write in a journal.
Oh, I like that journaling idea.
It's a great way to clear your mind before bed.
Get all those thoughts out.
Exactly. And if your mind's racing, try mindfulness exercises or meditation.
Okay. So we're creating the right space and getting in the right mindset.
Right.
Now, what about food? Does what I eat before bed matter?
Definitely. Avoid heavy meals or sugary snacks close to bedtime.
Oh, no more late night ice cream.
It's best to avoid it. They spike your blood sugar and make it harder to sleep.
Okay. And caffeine?
Caffeine stays in your system for hours.
So no afternoon coffee?
It's best to avoid it in the afternoon and evening.
Okay, good to know. But what about those nights when I'm stressed and can't sleep?
That's where stress management comes in.
Okay.
Remember those relaxation techniques? Deep breathing, muscle relaxation, meditation. Those can help calm your mind.
Like giving my mind permission to relax.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly dealing with stress, it's important to seek professional help.
Yeah.
A therapist can give you tools to manage those feelings.
That makes sense. So it's about building a whole sleep toolkit.
Exactly. But it's not just about what we do individually, right?
What do you mean?
Our sources talked about how we need to change how society views sleep.
Especially for women.
Yes. We need to stop seeing sleep as a weakness.
Okay.
It's self-care. It's an investment in our well-being.
I like that. Sleep is a radical act of self-love.
Absolutely. And we need everyone to start thinking this way.
So it's a bigger cultural shift.
It is. We need to value rest and work-life balance.
Yeah, instead of praising people for being busy all the time.
Exactly. And remember Hannah, the student whose grades improved when she started sleeping enough.
Yeah, that was a great example.
It shows how much even small changes can impact our lives.
For the better.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive on sleep, we want to leave you with something to think about. If better sleep can really help you feel better, be in a better mood, think more clearly, and even be more creative, what's one tiny change you can make, like today, to start making sleep more of a priority?
I think that's such a great question for everybody listening.
Yeah.
Because it really is about realizing sleep is not optional.
It's not, no.
It's something we need.
Yeah.
And when you actually start making it a priority, you're not just, recharging. You're really taking care of your well-being.
Absolutely.
And setting yourself up to do your best in everything.
You 100%. And you don't have to figure this out alone.
Yeah.
There are so many resources out there to help you sleep better. Talk to your doctor if you're having problems, and don't be afraid to reach out to other people who are also trying to prioritize their sleep.
Yeah, like a support system.
Totally. Sharing tips and just talking about it can make a huge difference.
So to wrap up our deep dive today, we want you to think about what your sleep challenges are and what steps, even just starting today, you can take to make sleep non-negotiable.
Make it a priority.
Make it a priority. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends.
Sleep well, everyone.
Sleep.
And remember, taking care of your sleep means taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that affects every single part of your life.